Lucy Kovalova serving to Jessie Irvine.
Nice ATP.
First point, we have an ATP. And Jessie's really good at ATPs. She hits them extremely hard. And Matt Wright has really, really good hands. Like if you hit it anywhere near his body, he's quick to counter.
Definitely.
Some of the best hands out there, even at his more mature age, I'll say. Is that the politically correct way to say it, Mark?
I think that was a great way to say it. I do expect this to be more of an old school mixed game. A lot of dinking cross court between the ladies.
I would say in that match I watched yesterday with Matt and Lucy, she was really strong in the dinking battles, especially in that third game. She put a lot of pressure on Millie Rain in that game, and that led to a lot of points by their team. So she's very consistent.
Both of these players are, Jessie and Lucy, extremely solid on the right side.
Great lob there by Lucy. Is
that a two-handed backhand by Matt Wright?
I think it was, yeah.
I don't know if I've seen that from him. It's a great point.
I think for me personally, I like mixed doubles is one of the funnest disciplines to watch as a fan.
Lucy and Jessie have that leaning in forehand out of the air. They're both pretty tall. So it's a lot of pressure being created when you're the one serving against them. It's not easy to get in.
We're still scoreless in this match. Nice there.
Great play there.
You know, back to the Matt Wright comment. I talked to Matt after one of his matches, and I was just commenting how he's looking back to his fitness. He's looking really, really fit right now. He said he's put a lot of work in just from a fitness standpoint, and that's translating into more speed.
Definitely. Moving great out there.
And he looks really good.
Ooh, and a good poke there. Good read by Jay. Overswung just a little bit, but we do have our first point on the board.
Have a point finally. It's no longer a pointless match, Mari.
Correct. Wow. Great reset. Wow. For people that are into strategy, it's really interesting for me to see here. I'm always watching for patterns when I'm watching other pros play. And I really like to see that Jessie and Lucy are barely dinking very wide. If you pay attention, almost every dink is from the outside foot towards the middle. And they're trying to kind of bait the guy to come over. So it's a good strategy there. You don't want to give Jessie that wide dink for the ATP. You don't want to give Lucy space to speed up at Jay. So they're kind of playing within the middle of the court a little bit more. Wow.
Wow, that was kind of a self-defense counter, but she got a ball driven right at her chest, and she was able to defend it.
I think it was just protection of the body,
protection,
right?
Yeah, but she was able to get it down, which is the key. Net and long.
And a net cord on that third, but that was a good look, and they got 3 points on Lucy's serve there. So
I'm going to predict this match is going to go 3. I think this match will go 3. I think it's going to be competitive all the way through. Wright and Kovalova are currently up 3-1, serving on the 2.
Rare miss there from Lucy. She's very solid on the right side once again. We're going to see very few missed things from Jessie and Lucy in this match, I think.
Yep.
Little miscommunication in the middle there. Jay took a ball that Jessie was hoping to take, and then she was kind of off balance for the next one.
Yeah, it's always in these mixed matches where the guy is going over there, is, you know, in front of the gal, taking some balls. It's it doesn't always work out on some of those where they're getting it. You know, they're maybe taking too much court.
Definitely. And it's tricky because Matt was trying to protect Lucy there, right? She was on the switch. He's trying to help her out.
Yep.
But, I mean, they hit a good third, so it's tough to execute either way. We had a net court that went out there again, so we have a 3-2 lead for Kovalova and Wright. Very good dinking from Jessie. Forces Lucy in an uncomfortable situation. She speeds up from a little off balance. Not going to work. Not the best speed up from Jay there. Fed it right to Lucy's favorite spot to counter from, which is a little bit to her left side with that two-handed backhand counter.
Yeah, Lucy's got a really nice two-handed finish there. I'm gonna have you teach me that shot, Mari, please, sometime. Good speed up there by Jay to the right shoulder of Lucy, and she couldn't get it back over, so turns the ball back over to Devilliers and Irvine, serving down 2-4. Wow.
That's a great point.
That's a really good point.
For those of you trying to learn how to transition well, just watch Jessie's technique on those perfect resets. Looked like her and Matt were drilling there for a bit.
It did.
Until Matt kind of came over and flicked the shot a little bit more towards Jay's body, but
and then Jay said, I'm not involved in this drilling session. What are you doing?
Missed that one, kind of clipped the tape.
Off the tape, yeah. Those are, I mean, it's always tough. Your mind's thinking one shot and then it hits the tape, and it's always hard to readjust. That'll turn the ball back over to Kovalova and Wright, up 2. Shot there by Jessie. Yeah, I have always felt like Jessie's one of the top defensive players on the women's side. I mean, I don't know exactly where you rank her, but she can stay in there and reset all day long. Certainly has a lot of offense too, but she's so good defensively.
Definitely. There it is again.
Yeah, if you want to speed up to that two-handed backhand side of Lucy, you're gonna pay the price sometimes. Jay knows it. He knows he didn't hit a spot, and
yeah, if you can get it a little bit closer to the left hip, it'll jam her up a little bit, but those are...
Yeah, that was too high.
Right. Wow, good hands there from Jay. Good lob retrieval from Jessie, too. I thought that was a pretty good lob from Matt.
I personally, I mean, I've grown a bigger and bigger fan of lobbing in general. I think it's still underutilized specifically in doubles, where it's such, if you're good at it, you can get your opponents off the kitchen and get ahead in points. That, you know, there's some really good lobbers out there.
Oh, yeah.
I think Elise Jones, Anna Bright is a very good lobber.
Jackie Kawamoto.
Kawamoto's a very good lobber, yep.
Great defense from Jessie there again. I like the switch up that Matt just kind of threw on her there. A little bit off pace with a ton of topspin. Tricked her a little bit. That's beautiful there from Jay. Hit a good drive, jammed up Lucy, got an easy fifth, made his way in, sped up the two-y down the line to her forehand, got a put away backhand. That's elite there.
Yeah, he's really good at the combos, for sure.
Oh. Lucy trying to get out of the way. That drive was likely not going in.
No, it was not going in for sure. Now they're only down 1 here in game 1.
Another great lob from Lucy there over Jessie's left shoulder. Jessie and Jay do get 2 points, make that lead a little bit smaller for Lucy and Matt.
Might have to put Lucy in the top 10 of lobbers. She's got a good lob.
Good pressure from Jay. Causes a missed reset there from Lucy. Just a great move there from Matt to kind of cut the angle off.
Now they're up 2 here in game 1, 6-4. They're on the 2.
Another good ATP from Jessie, setting up the put away for Jay. I'm not sure if it would have gone in, but Matt was already sitting there, hand on his paddle.
Yeah, that net was a problem for Kovalova, and now they're just down 1 here, 5-6 on the 1.
That was a nice drip there from Jay. Got the setup for Jessie. Not sure about that pull.
It's also interesting too, Mario, watching the mixed game where a lot of times the gal may stay 2-3 feet behind the kitchen line and just make more space for her male partner to come over. Jessie's, she's often a few feet behind the kitchen line as she's in dink battles.
Wow.
That was nice.
That's the first time that instead of resetting, she actually countered it. Matt was not ready for it, so got a tied game, 6-6.
She had a really nice ball there.
Really good move from Jay. Clears the kitchen line, finds the backcourt there, and it looks like Lucy's getting ready to call a time.
Up 7-6 for his team.
Dave, they have played each other 10 times, if we count this one. Wow.
Wow.
What a great point.
Two lobs in that point, one by Jessie and another by Kovalova and Wright. And Kovalova and Wright, their lob was a little better than the other team, so they win the point.
So Dave, 10th all-time meeting with an 8-1 record.
That's pretty one-sided, but I have a feeling a lot of those matches were probably pretty close, I'm guessing. But
I do too. Now what's interesting is that they haven't played since 2022. So 4 years ago.
That makes sense.
Matt likes that look. He was there with forehand. Ended up getting a little bit jammed. Good pull from Jay. The rare double drive from Matt. Gets one off the net, and it pops up for the overhead. So we got a tied game again.
7-7. Certainly looking to try to get to the 8-8 score so we can have snowmen in Minnesota, but right now we're 7-7. Wow. Jay flashes those fast hands in that point.
Very nice combo there.
Nice point.
Just really great pressure there from Jay. He was basically standing in the middle of the court just with full control over what was happening.
They will take a 1-point lead here at 8-7.
Good call there from Jay. Jessie able to get her body out of the way. Ball goes out from Matt. 9-7 lead for Jay and Jessie. Lucy and Matt do have one more timeout. They're a free challenge timeout if they'd like to use it here.
They do. They had a little conversation there between points to kind of get reset. We'll see if they can get the ball back. They're still on the one here.
Jessie was patient until she wasn't.
Yeah, that's a tough spot to speed up against Matt Wright. He's got his forehand sitting right there in the middle, and he pounds it back. Great drive by Jay. Nice speed up there by Lucy, and it leads to a pop-up and put away by Matt Wright. They're going to get the ball back here, down 2. 7-9. Very, very tight match here. Game 1. Now a 1-point game.
Tight game 1.
This one might take more than 11.
Wow, great drive. Another great drive.
Yeah, those are really good drives by.
Tied game.
It started with a great serve there too, and that's going to lead to a timeout here by Devilliers and Irvine.
Wow.
Another good lob there by Lucy that Jessie did a nice job retrieving it, but when you're retrieving a lob with your backhand, you know, Matt just stood there on the kitchen line and was able to counter that return by Jessie. So they're going to have their first game point here at 10-9.
I believe they're on the 1, Dave.
They are on the 1 too.
Wow.
Oh, beautiful there by Jessie.
way to see that.
Yeah.
There was a little opening, and she found it.
Yeah, that was a perfect shot right between them. Let's see if they can get one more stop here to get the ball back. Otherwise, they're going to be down a game.
What a point.
Well, that was the best point of the match, and it goes the way of Wright and Kovalova. There were some speed ups and counters in there that were fabulous, but that's going to Wright and Kovalova 11-9. First side out there, going ball back to Kovalova, serving to Jessie Irvine. Goes wide, so the first point of the second game goes to Kovalova and Wright. They've been involved in 2 3-game matches already in this tournament, so they've been used to going the distance. Ooh, nice Ernie there by Jay Devilliers. Irvine and Devilliers, they've had 2 straight set wins, 2 games in each match without losing a game, so they've lost their first game of the tournament in this match. Too much Matt Wright in the middle there. He's got great hands and can finish the ball, and gives them an early 2-point lead here in this match. Second game. Jay might have gotten hit with that ball, so it's a very fast start here in game 2. They're up 3-0. Playing with lots of confidence. Okay, with his team up 4-0 in the second game, having won the first game. Wow, that was an incredible get by Jay. I don't know how he got that one back. He just great dexterity, really good athlete. And really important time to do that. That one clips the net by Matt Wright, and that gives Jessie and Jay their first point of the second game. Good timeout. Got a point out of it already. What a beautiful Ernie by Jessie Irvine. I think she's one of the best Ernie gals in the sport. She does that one with her backhand, jumps over the sideline in the kitchen, and it was a great put away. That was just unlucky. It clips the net and spins right near the sideline and stays in. Jay gives a little bit of a laugh about that one and goes back to serve. They've gotten 2 points on this serve. Let's see if they can get a few more before they turn the ball back over. And Jay flashes his hands again. He's got some of the best hands in the men's game, and he flashes them there, and they gets a third point. They're definitely got momentum going right now. So that's a good side out for Kovalova and Wright, but they did give up 3 points, and now this is a tight game too. 1 point game. This dink there by Jessie, which will lead to a point. It's now 5-3. It's a little bit too high from Jessie, and Lucy bags Jay with her backhand, and now it's 6-3. You got to stop this momentum fast if they want to have a chance to get back in game 2 here. They're down 3 now. Nice put away by Jay. Now that gets him to the 2. It's a big point in the match here for Devilliers and Irvine. Nice job by Jay getting big in the middle and putting pressure on Matt Wright, and gets the ball back, down 3. Another point on the board for Devilliers and Irvine. Now they're down 2. Still in the 1. That speed up goes long. Great job by Jay leaving that one, that speed up alone, and getting another point for his team. That's a great lead by Jay. Good counter there by Lucy in the middle, and gets them onto the second serve here for Devilliers and Irvine. Let's see if they can tie it up. Jessie's a little bit late there on that one, and a little bit on her back foot, and that one goes long, and now the ball goes back to Kovalova and Wright, up 6-5 in game 2. This third by Lucy. Couple of errors there by Lucy on that side out, and that's going to give the ball back to Jay Devilliers with a chance to even this second game at 6. Another Ernie by Jessie. And she always knows the right time to do those. Matt Wright had his head completely turned. He was on the sideline, and Jessie. Great ATP by Jessie Irvine, followed by a nice defense serve by Matt Wright, and Jay was able to find his paddle. He was kind of off balance, but he found his paddle in the middle, puts it away, and now they have their first lead of the second game here. I think really the first lead of the entire match for their side in any game, so they're looking a lot better here as we've gotten later in the second game. This third there will lead to a second serve from Jessie Irvine. Wow, what a great find there by Lucy Kovalova. Both Jessie and Jay were playing great defense, but they got separated in the middle, and it left a gap there where Lucy Kovalova found to their forehand. So that was great vision by Lucy to find that spot and put it away, and she get the ball back down 1. Jessie attacks Matt. Third was a little bit high, and Jessie pounded it right at Matt Wright, and he couldn't handle it. Gets into their second serve. And rinse, wash, and repeat, or wash, rinse, and repeat. The same exact play. A little bit high, and Jessie pounds it. Gets the ball back up 7-6. It's going to be well long. They almost had another Ernie attempt there by Jessie, but that time when the dink went wide, Matt got behind it, but he was able to dink it back to the middle and avoid the Ernie by Jessie, and they ultimately get that rally 1 on their side, and now it's going to be on the 2, which is a challengeable. It's challengeable, but Matt's definitive that he did not get hit by that ball. It's in his mid-40s, so good job there by Matt Wright. But we'll see if the replay officials see something different, but it clearly looked like it did not hit him. And that is correct. There was no contact there, and that'll be a lost challenge by Devilliers and Irvine. But they have now a 2-point lead in this second game. This dink there by Jay will lead to another point. Another Ernie attempt there by Jessie, which she hit it well, but Matt was able to defend it, and really kind of was a tough ball for Jay to handle. He was in the middle waiting for it, but it put it in a tough spot. And now we are tied with at Snowmen in Lakeville at 8. Certainly a run here by Wright and Kovalova. They've gone on a 3-point run very quickly, and now are 2 points from this match if they can close it out here. They're still on the 1. A little bit high on that third, and Jessie puts it away. Pretty important rally here if they can get the ball back. Matt Wright was waiting for that speed up, and that gives us our first match point here. Pretty big upset in the making if they can close this one out. Having only beaten this team once before out of 9 tries. Great job getting to the kitchen there by Lucy. And that'll do it. Wow, that was just unfortunate by Jay. He was going for the Ernie and it got behind him and it led to a little bit of a pop-up, and that'll put a wrap on this match with Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova, the number 23 seed, beating Jay Devilliers and Jessie Irvine 11-9, 11-8.